Hey everyone, Jason Case here, and
Kenneth G. Hasty here. How's it going?
so what we're doing is doing a collaboration video today on a trade show success package we just created specifically for manufacturing businesses. And so the topic of this video is how to take your trade show sales to the next level. And Ken has decades of experience with manufacturing sales and attending trade shows, so what I'm going to do is have him start this off, and I'll close it out with my marketing experience on helping you out after the trade show is over and how you can close more sales in that way. So there's really three different stages to a trade show and preparing for them. There's the before, during, and after. So Ken, I'm going to let you talk about the before stage.
All right, thank you, Jason. You know, I could shingle a roof with all of those trade show badges that I've had over my career. I've been to hundreds, possibly even thousands, I don't even know, a lot of trade shows for manufacturing companies. A lot of my career I spent with manufacturing companies. And, you know, as a salesperson, when you go to a trade show, you know, your job is somewhat focused and, you know, you go in, you sign in, and you go. But as a company, as a sales manager, as a marketing person or what have you, most people overlook the before part of the trade show. And I won't go heavily in depth, but there's a lot of information, of course, in the package. But I'll give you some ideas. You know, everybody thinks, okay, booth location. Well, of course, that's important, and most people understand that, right? So we'll get the booth located in the right spot. A corner booth is nice, you know, things like that, right? But what about the rest of the story? Okay, you got your exhibit, fine, that's good too. But what about the selling part? That's the part people overlook. So for starters, most trade shows have people that are speaking at the trade show. They have lecturers coming in, and oftentimes several of them. So how many times have you looked at the list of the presentations to see if your customers are speaking? Or if you have somebody speaking about a related topic to your business, how many of you have contacted that person, even if they're not a customer, and said, you know, hey, we've got some slides and graphics on the product and information. We'd be happy to have somebody stop by and show you more about it before the meeting so you're current when you're talking with everything. Or, you know, at the very least, we'd be happy to send you out some pictures or what have you. I've had a lot of success with that. Another thing is say, hey, I'm going to be in the room while you're talking. I'm looking forward to your presentation. You know, if you wouldn't mind, if possible, if you put out a good word for us for the podium, that'd be fantastic. You know what? A lot of people will do it because you ask them to. People don't think about those kind of things before the trade show. Or how about your own customers? You know, you're probably sending them an email or something saying, hey, come by and see us at the booth. But you can likely get a list of everybody attending the trade show before the show. And you can do the same thing. You can contact them and say, hey, we'll be at the show. You need to come by and see us, and here's why, that kind of thing.
So those are some great ideas for the before stage. And obviously, you know, if you reach out to us, we can dive in deeper into those tactics and even more. So what about the during stage, Ken?
Well, you know, during the show, it's important. I always told my people, our trade show booth needs to look like Neiman Marcus, you know, or some high-end store. You know, you go to a lot of booths and you see the booth sitting there, and there's clutter all over. People have a pizza sitting out, or you know, they're drinking, you know, so they're drinking beverages or whatever, you know, and even how you work the booth, you know. So often people are just sitting there reading, looking at their phone, right? You know, so how approachable are you then? You're not, right? A lot of people stand there like this, you know, so that's body language. You're rejecting the situation. People don't want to approach you. You're unapproachable. Or the worst is when everybody's just talking to each other, you know, hey, how you doing? People are walking by that could be potential customers. So the net of it is you're there for one reason only, and that's to sell your product, and or at least get steps forward towards selling your product. And when people go by, think of it like fish swimming by a lure, you know. So if they look over there and that lure doesn't look very shiny and they don't feel like taking a bite out of it, you just lost a potential customer. You don't know who that person was, you know. So I've always had success at trade shows. You get there early. I walk through the path of all the exhibitors. I want to know who's there, you know, what the booths look like. And if I know somebody there, then I'll go to them and I'll say, hey, can I put some of my brochures out at your booth? And, you know, I want to let you know we're over here at 210 or wherever the booth is. And now I've got other people referring people into my booth. It's a beautiful thing, right?
So that would
that would be a good. But that's a good start. Yeah,
would be a great summary of the during stage. And I want to elaborate on that a little bit more because your appearance and your the way you come across at the trade show is going to be very important into what moves into this after stage.
Let me add one thing in the during.
Yeah, go ahead.
So in the during, how many of you gotten home and you got a big pile of business cards, right? And then you're like, oh, what do I do with these? Or, you know, oh, so-and-so's got those cards, so-and-so's got those cards. So now the company doesn't really have the leads, do they? So, you know, what I recommend, most trade shows now have lead scanners, so you can scan somebody's badge, and then you'll get that information on Excel, and then you can use it from there, and you can make notes and whatever. So I just want to lead that into what you
Yeah, actually, there's another thing there too. So there's business card scanners out there as well. So you can actually take a business card that you've got at a trade show, scan it right on your smartphone, and it automatically imports into your CRM system, which can trigger some marketing automation and stuff, what I'll go through in this after stage. So this after stage is very important because that's how you're going to stay in contact with these people and follow up with them and educate them on the products and services that you provide. So, I mean, that's where I feel most businesses actually fall off because they don't take the time to follow up with them. They're busy, you know, it's trade show season, they're attending multiple trade shows, and they don't have the time to follow up with them. But that's why it's important to get these marketing automation and these follow-up sequence in place before the trade show even starts. So that way you can enter these people in and you can start following up with these people in a personal manner. And that comes off as your professionalism and your appearance that you presented in that during stage. So.
Let me share one stat in there too. You know, most of us follow up with a lead about 3 times, if that, right? You get the lead from the trade show, they're kind of interested, you send them out some information, you know, you're going to call, you might call again, you might call maybe a 3rd time, right? And that's what we do, and then they tend to go away or just go in the back burner, right? Statistically, most people buy after the 8th conversation. So we got this 5 conversation gap. You want to count the one at the booth. Okay, you got a 4 conversation gap sitting there. So how do you handle that? You know, how do you harvest those people that are waiting, you know, that are taking the average of 8 conversations? Jason, you got an answer?
Yeah, that's a very good point. I mean, with what he's saying, 80% of those conversions don't have to happen after that fifth touch point or further. Actually, a lot of times it's even 12 points or even further out. So you need that marketing automation and that repetition in place so you can stay with customers. They're like mountains. You know, there's peaks and there's valleys. What you want to do is stay with them along that journey and catch them at their peak when they're ready to buy. And the only way to do this is with marketing automation and some automated repetition in place like this. But coming across in a personal manner, you know, and delivering them education on your products and services, I guarantee you that you're going to catch them at some point down the road, and when they're ready and you've got their attention and they're ready to buy, and you're going to increase your conversions substantially, because this is stuff that most manufacturing businesses are not doing.
That's true. You know, it amazes me in a way because, you know, as manufacturing businesses, you're accustomed to technology. I mean, I almost guarantee you've got some computerized equipment there. So why not use the benefit of technology now in your sales and marketing?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a great point. So that's pretty much a summary of what this trade show success package that we've created, that we can help with you, you know, put this and implement this in your business and help your business out. If you'd like to find out more about this, reach out to Ken or I, schedule a time with us, and we can dive into the details and further elaborate on this.
Sounds good. We can help. We'll talk
Take
to you
care.
next time. Take care.
Have a good day.